Congressman Byron Donalds, welcome back to Newsmax. How are you, sir?
It's good to be with you. How you doing?
Welcome back. All right, first off, you heard Joe Biden's latest non-denial denial. There's no there regarding the classified documents. What do you say?
It's just so frustrating listening to Joe Biden doing this stuff. The truth of the matter is that the man had classified documents when he wasn't supposed to and where he wasn't supposed to. The truth of the matter is that what was happening at the Penn Biden Center is really a bad situation because there were top secret SCI documents there. They were there from before he was president of the United States. And then the biggest piece of all is that the Department of Justice just thought it was cool to just let his attorneys handle it. But when it came to President Trump, they said, no, we have to send the FBI in immediately. Especially after what people really understand is that Trump's lawyers were negotiating with the National Archives over said documents. So what we're seeing is the biggest double standard we've seen in quite some time. I mean, this is typical for the Democrats. But then you have Joe Biden trying to say there's nothing going on. That's just simply not true.
So the FBI, we know about their malfeasance, but I'm starting to get really annoyed by the National Archives and these archivists. Okay, it's supposed to be sleepy. It's supposed to, not make a big deal. They're librarians, basically. Nothing against librarians. Take a look at this letter that I believe they sent your committee. Let's go to full screen 10, if you don't mind. They're telling you basically they're not going to share records with you. They got to go to the Department of Justice. We had begun the search for responsive records, and we would have to consult with DOJ regarding the release of any such records. DOJ has advised it will need to consult with the newly appointed Office of Special Counsel in DOJ. This is relating to the investigation into what's going on with these documents. Joe Biden, how do you feel about the National Archives saying that they don't have to? I read that as they don't have to respond to the American people.
Well, what I'll say to the National Archives is that we'll keep that under advisement when it's time to reauthorize spending for your agency. That's the kind of stuff that we're just not going to tolerate from in the House under Republican leadership. They have a responsibility to answer these questions and also to give more details as to what the double standard was between President Trump and now with President Biden, because it was the National Archives are the ones who made this thing about classified documents such an issue with Donald Trump. And on the side note, listen, most people think about the National Archives when they went and watched National Treasure, the movie with Nicolas Cage, not to be at the center of classified document issues. So we'll see what they say. We have to start looking at their budgets. The biggest thing is what we're going to do with this House majority. I'm focused on keeping the Biden administration accountable, holding them accountable, and then doing the necessary things around energy policy, border policy, spending on Capitol Hill, and then also our tax issues to make sure that the American people can be prosperous and thrive.
I know you guys are going to find out the facts, but do you have any theories? And why is this happening to Joe Biden now? Some of us, myself included, think that this is an authorized takeout. They don't want him to be the nominee. I'm talking about people like Barack Obama and Susan Rice. And quite frankly, it's easy to get people in violation on classified documents. I think there's something to it, to my theory, but why is this happening?
Well, look, first, why would they be trying to take out Joe Biden? Who's your backup? Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom? It's not like they got a deep bench anyway. So I don't really know about that. The biggest thing right now is I don't want to really come up with scenarios or theories because we want to follow the facts and follow the information. What we have seen from the Democrats the last 4 years when they controlled the House is that they picked targets, and the target was always Donald Trump, and they did whatever they felt necessary to try to criminalize him. And that's the wrong way to go about it. And so what we're going to do is do our investigations and see where that takes us.
All right. Hey, I want to play this moment. Joy Reid and you on MSNBC. Great job going over there, and you were fantastic. But I want to play a moment, and we'll talk about it.
Do you know that Social Security is going to be insolvent in 2035?
It is not going to be. That is not true. That is actually not true. No, it's actually not true.
Joy,
it's actually not true.
It's actually not. But it's actually not true. The financial community.
You were nominated for Speaker. Do you not believe that the idea was to make a diversity statement by nominating you.
Well, actually, first, that was not the idea. Shouldn't students just be learning about reading, writing, and arithmetic?
And so you don't believe that students should be learning about the racial history of the country? Because critical race theory is not taught. Hold on. Critical race theory is not taught in a single K through 12 school.
That's not true.
One moment.
You know, I just don't understand people having members of Congress on, and apparently Joy Reid knows all the answers ahead of time. I mean, she should run. Any thoughts on that? I guess we could call it a showdown that you won.
I think it's high time the Republicans do that job of taking those policies to other networks. You know, not full time or anything like that, but you got to go out there and make the case. Specifically to Joy Reid, I wish she would just give me a chance to actually answer the question. She might have learned a thing or two.
Yeah, right. She seemed to have all the answers. So many people in media, by the way, just like that. They think they know everything. Very strange. Congressman Donalds, we appreciate it. Continued success. Good luck, and we'll be right back.